Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It is June the 3rd, 2022, and we are at the end of another week. It's hard to believe. This week has just flown by, and it's been a big week. I don't know about your guys' mailbox, but mine has been full. So this is the most I've ever had. 25 things have come in. I've even got a parcel here at the back. It's going to be a special video just all by itself. It was kind of an emotional one to open up and read the letter in there. So I'm going to save that one for after, and I'll touch on it today, but it'll be a video unto itself. Also, 8 official cards have come in this week, and from all over the world, which is great. It's not just coming from one country, and there's a special country in there too that I've never had before, and I don't think many other people have had from there before either, based on the number on the card. So that's exciting to talk about that. What else do we got going on? Today is Dragon Boat Festival. So if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a long canoe. And my daughter is participating in it with her high school. So I'm going to go down there after school is done and shoot some video and take some pictures and just enjoy the day. The weather's nice out there. And so I'm hoping that over the weekend I probably will post that video and you guys can see what the Dragon Boat Festival is all about. So cross my fingers that I get some good shots, get some good video. My daughter doesn't want me to focus too much on her in the video, but I still want to show out the festival, even if it's not about her in this one. So that's going on. Tomorrow, of course, we have That Dad Guy Answers. So if you haven't gotten your question in on the last video, make sure you go leave a comment on there so we can have a really cool topics to cover. Sunday, I've got to finish doing that deck that I've been working on for Wendy. I'm hoping the weather will cooperate and I can finish that off. But I also have to write some postcards, so I'll have a video on that as well. So there's always something going on. And I showed you in a previous video, I'm starting to do some voiceover work. So I've put my name out on a few sites. Now I've got to get some auditions out there and hopefully generate some work for that too. So all sorts of fun things going on. But let's get to what happened this week and what showed up. So we're going to start with the official postcards. This is the first one I have. So Star Wars postcard comes from the United States, comes from Tacoma, Washington, and she also is big into Lego. Her family, they watch Lego Masters with Will Arnett. That's the American version one. Asked me if I watch it, and yes, I do. I enjoy it a lot. It's funny, and it's cool to see what they can create. So thank you for that card from Washington. The next one's a Hedgehog postcard. Oh, there is the stamp too. And here's the Hedgehog postcard. This one comes from Norway. I don't get a lot of cards from Norway. It is number 230984. So not huge numbers coming out of Norway either. So it's kind of nice to get them. There are the stamps. So lovely stamps. And she talks about where she lives and the beautiful area that surrounds her with the mountains and the beaches close by and the flatlands, the fjords. So thank you for that. That's from Heidi. The next one comes from France. And we have it, we'll put it this way up. So this gentleman works in French television just south of Paris. So that's kind of cool. I wonder what he does, what his role for the television company is. Here are all the stamps. Got quite a few stamps on the back there. So thank you so much for this. Good luck in television. And if you ever need to interview a upcoming YouTuber, you can reach out to me. All right. The next one's a maxi card. So you can see there the soldiers, and there's the stamp commemorating soldiers getting letters and how important that was for morale. And the date on the stamp is 2009, so 200 years. Oh, it was saying 1809 to 2009, 200 years of that. The interesting thing about this one coming from Australia, not only was it a maxi card, but on the back, she's got stamped facts, which I assume she puts on all her cards, which is great. Talks about their helping protect the oceans. They said, did you know that by 2050, there will be, by weight, more plastic in the ocean than fish? That's something to think about. So it's saying, stop, think, recycle. Our oceans are not a rubbish dump. So make sure that when you're out on the water or by the water, you're not throwing your trash on the beach where the tide can take them away, or over the side of your boat where they end up. And also just be mindful when you're throwing out your garbage. Recycle whatever you can, and don't buy into too much waste. You never know where it's going to end up. So thank you so much for this maxi card and all the work on the back of it. Really appreciate that. My next postcard is another Hedgehog postcard. I think I may have gotten this one before. I'm not sure. This one comes from Germany, and her name is Maria. Sorry, I was got a glare off the back here. And she lives in the oldest city in Germany. That's really cool. It's very shaped by Roman culture, she said. And there are the stamp with the barcode, so the more modern stamp. The next one also comes from Germany. I found it very interesting. It comes from Hedgehog, and it's a Postcrossing card. I'm not sure if you can tell. This is the map of Germany, but all these words in here aren't the name of the city. They're all postcrossers. So German postcrossers, where they're from in Germany. I thought, what a great idea. Let's just put it right side up, and it's even better idea. So there you go. So I thought that's such a cool idea for a postcard, is that you put all the postcrossers on there and where in Germany they're from. As many of us are aware, we get lots of postcards from postcrossers in Germany. So I'm sure that is the country that has the most, and just a neat idea. So yeah, here are the stamps that were sent this time around. Okay, this card, a nice fireworks card, comes from Taiwan. And there are these stamps. Cool baseball stamp. It's always nice to get some cards from Asia. Don't get a lot that come in, so when they do, that's great. The interesting thing I thought was about this card was that it only took 16 days to get here. The one from Australia took 17, and I think the ones from Germany were about 12. So it started to pick up. Cards are getting here a lot quicker. In the past, that would have taken a lot longer. So something is going right. Now, the last official postcard, I've left it to the last one because I thought it was extra special. It is a blue cat. And here we got a support for Ukraine. You got the blue cat touching the finger of God, which was probably in the Sistine Chapel. If you look at the two together, that's probably what that's a takeoff from, by Michelangelo. And this card comes from Gibraltar. So I haven't got any more. Here are the stamps from Gibraltar. Some cool stamps. But this is really what I wanted you to focus on, is the ID number. 1076. So 1,076 cards have come out of this country. That's not very many when I think of Germany, which has had 11,806,471. 11 million versus 1,000. That is incredible. So special thanks to the person here. I think it says Anne. I'm not 100% sure. It says he likes to travel, and there's not much more on that card than that. But very cool that, oh wait, Andre. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. It's hard sometimes to read them, but I do appreciate it. And I was super excited to get this one here. Having one being a country I'd never gotten it from, and two, that it's a country that doesn't send many. All right, let's get into my swaps. This one here comes from Jilly B. So hopefully you guys are watching her channel as well. She puts out great content and always finds the coolest cards and the latest stamps going out. So here we have a flag of Canada, but if you look closely, it's made up of all old Canadian stamps. Not just the image. These aren't real stamps, of course, but... And where it is the Jubilee of the Queen. Yesterday, the first celebrations started. So 70 years, Her Majesty's been on the throne. So a lot of these stamps have her image on it. But on the back, Jilly has included this image of her. as well as a superhero comic book character from the UK, Captain Britain. So those are kind of cool. And so happy Platinum Jubilee to Her Majesty. And thank you, Jilly, so much for the thoughtful card, the image from Canada, and of course the stamps. Now the next one is from Kristen in Texas, but she was recently in Oklahoma, so she sent me this card while she was away on work. There's the stamp, the Forever stamp. So we kind of have a Western theme with the cactus in there, and the cowboys. So that's cool. Thank you so much. And she went to a baseball game while she was away. Unfortunately, the team she was rooting for did not win, but still had a good time at the game. All right, the next one comes from Julianne in Germany. So we have this one, and she says, when the heathers are in bloom, it is so beautiful. I can imagine the colors probably are not doing it justice on this card as they would in real life. And he says that there is a moorland sheep that go around that do grazing through there. And here are the stamps that she's included. Thank you. The next one comes from Yoko in Japan. And she said, this card is from the World Stamp Show. The design of the stamp is in the middle of the card, is of the first postage stamps issued in Japan in 1976. I think the stamps in Japan started before 1976, so that might have been a misprint on her part on the back. Either that or Japanese stamps were produced somewhere else, and this was the first time they were produced at home. So, I don't know. That number seemed odd to me, but the thought and the gesture is great nonetheless. There's the stamps that she's included, and she's got washi tape she always decorates so nicely. So thank you, Yoko. The next card is this one here, and this is from Germany. And she thought with the way I like to garden that I might enjoy this. So it's a beautiful bouquet of flowers, and you get some teacups, a nice time out. And I'm going to include the stamp on the back. Thank you so much. This one's a cool one. Coming from Phoenix, Arizona. So he knows my my enjoyment of mail things. So here's a U.S. postal truck going out, and the stamp. And the interesting thing about this one, he said, I found another postmark themed. So there's the postmark theme. The last one that she sent had a train on it. So it's kind of neat that she's finding these different postmark cancellations out there. This one comes from Steffi in Germany. And so we got another hedgehog. I think this is I've got this card twice this week. If I go back and look at, there we go. Twice this week, same card. Both from Germany, so maybe it's a popular German card. But thank you so much for this, Steffi. And there are the stamps. Some of these I'm talking about quickly. Some of them I'm spending more time on. There's just a lot to go through, and I don't want you to get bored. But this one comes from Media, and she went to a meetup in Finland. So this is a Postcrossing meetup card. And then we have this really cool. I really like this stamp. This Finnish stamp that she sent out. And there, of course, we've got the signatures of the different people that attended, or at least some of them. Not all of them, I guess, signed on it. Some of it's covered up by my little sticker here, but so that's cool. I like this one here. I got to show that. See the person, someone's got a hippo as their stamp. I'm just thinking when I do my stamp, I'm going to go to a meetup. Like I'll reiterate that at Centennial Park in Moncton on July the, get my dates here, July the 2nd. It's a Saturday. We're going to have a meetup here. And then on the 3rd, there's one in Peggy's Cove in Nova Scotia. And on the 4th, there'll be one in Borden, Prince Edward Island. So those are 3 Atlantic Canadian meetups that are coming here. And so if you're in Atlantic Canada and you're able to attend those, that would be great. Especially the one in Moncton. I'll be there. I'm probably going to be doing some filming. So there's a chance that we'll at least get to meet each other. And if you want to be in a video, there might be a chance for that too. So those are coming up. And I look forward to talking more about those as they get closer. So Mediette wasn't done. She sent me this envelope with this stamp, and no cancellations, nothing. Was a lot of the times I get things from her and they're not canceled. So the stamps are as good as new. And inside we have this postcard from Formula Formula F1 World Champion. I'm not going to pronounce it. Kimi Räikkönen. Oh, there, I'll pronounce it. Hopefully that's correct. I remember him when he was driving, that's for sure. So that, and she even put a stamp on the back, even though she didn't need to, because it was inside an envelope. And then this Star Wars card. I said this was an ad card from a Star Wars exhibition years ago. So she picked that up when she was at the meetup. And then this one of sunflowers. Sunflowers these days always make me think of Ukraine. So wishing the best and keeping the thoughts and prayers that we'll get a resolution there and they'll get back to their country and do a rebuild. The next one comes from Yulia in Russia. This was another surprise one. Anytime I'm getting cards from Russia, super surprised and happy for it, but especially to get one from Yulia and this funny mail carrier going along on his interesting bicycle, and unfortunately some of the cards and things are falling out of the sack because he's going too quick. And then look at the stamps. Nice pieces of art. Cute sticker too. So thank you, Yulia, for that. The next one comes from Lewis. And so he was back in Spain. He is living in the United Arab Emirates, but he also has a place in Spain, which he calls his main home when he's not working. So we have this card. We have some flamenco dancers, a little risque looking. He wanted me to cover up this section, but you get the full picture when you do it this way. But Lewis was funny. He sent that off. Here's the stamps from Spain and the sticker. Always does a great job. And while he was in Madrid, it was 33 degrees. So very similar temperature to what he has when he is elsewhere. So Lewis also sent me this envelope while he was in Spain, but I'm going to do a separate video on that because of the contents that are in it. So thank you so much, Lewis, for that. Lewis wasn't done. I got this one from Abu Dhabi while he was there. It was 38 degrees. And then that's massive stamp on the back. And his stickers, always very well decorated. Thank you, Lewis. I'm not done with Lewis. He sent another. We have this one here, which has the matching stamp to the card and some Star Wars sticker, like Star Wars. It was only 32 that day, so it wasn't hot like 38. Wow, it's still hot. So thank you so much, Lewis, for all your thoughts into those. Now, the next one, I have two. All right, we're going to start with this one. This comes from Shara. She sent this envelope. You can see the stamps on it. She lives in British Columbia. So we decided to do a swap. And she did some handmade envelopes. So I got to show you these. Very cool. Neat idea. Just put that aside. So we have this one for the Ukraine. Just basic 2 colors, envelope, and then you can peel and stick. So that's really cool. Then we have this one here where it's got, looks like that's where you're going to put your address, but that's part of the envelope. What a nice pattern. The pattern inside, the ruler, the letters. And then this one with the starfish. She does such a great job. And this one with the old cars. And then finally, we have this one with the surfboards. So very creative that she put all that together. And then I thought, wow, that's just incredible that she sent that. And it's got those stamps on the front. Excuse me. She wasn't done though. The next day, this showed up. And This may be an ongoing theme. I'm not sure if she's going to continue with this, or maybe some of you will continue with this idea, but I thought, what a cool idea. The Adventures of Polo. So here she has a map of Atlantic Canada, or the Maritimes, and she circled Moncton, where I am. She's put a hedgehog, being Polo, in a boat, and this might be the start of his adventure, that he left Moncton in a boat. Who knows what mode of transportation he'll use in his next card and where it will come from. So if she decides to continue this theme, I'll be very excited to see where he goes next. And if you guys continue this theme, it'll be interesting to see where Polo ends up. I would love to be traveling now. I know I can't afford to do so, and with the way the world is right now, it's probably not the best time to be doing world globe trotting, but I'd love to travel and eat different things around the world. So if I can't do it, let's see where Polo ends up. And on the back, we have a stamp that was never canceled. So I want to say a special thank you to Shara for sending that and doing all that creative side to think of me when she wanted to do a swap. This is the first time that we've swapped, and hopefully it will be many more to come. Now the final thing I got was this big envelope. I'll show you all the stamps that are on it. This comes from Dave, and he is in Illinois. He put a nice letter in here explaining why he sent what he sent, and talking about how he's watched my channel or found my channel and how much he enjoys it. So also very kind words. He's had a tragedy in his family, or in his life, let's say, and he explains a bit about that and why he sent what he sent to me. So I will talk about that, but I'm going to use a whole video just for Dave for this one here, because there's a lot in here and it's going to be a lot to show. So I want to be able to do that and do it justice. And I think you guys will appreciate it too. I know I certainly do. Excuse me. Talking too much too quickly, and I'm getting a tickle in my throat. But for that is all the stuff that I got this week. So many cool different things from different places. Some from old friends that I've had on here since starting Postcrossing, and some from new ones, and some great official cards that have come from unique locations. So thank you so much. Hopefully you guys have had a great week and enjoy a great weekend. Stay safe. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?